What is up, people? Half Slab Bacon back with another episode in Bacon's World. So, guys, been having trouble getting a video up lately, but don't worry, I've made good use of my time. You guys can always tell anyways by the title of the video. I feel like I should start lying in it and be like, today's episode is Caving with Jeebs, or something like, I just saw a pumpkin. I never look over in that direction and see that actually happen. It's cool to catch it live. Yeah, so guys, we have been working away. In creative to get ready for our villager trading center. And I have started hollowing it out. Let's take this path because I never take it. So I've gone and I've left. Oh yeah, I found a dog. Missing dog. He was all the way up there. So yeah, he's down here. I think I left him behind when I tamed him up because that collar's never been dyed. So yeah, that's the thing. But I've left some room to do like some small decoration in this area. And I have set up a wireframe. That's all this is, guys, in here. This is a wireframe. Pretty much what we're going to be looking at is, let's just go ahead and switch up here and grab some of these. So our floor is, wait, what? Yeah, give me that block. Our floor is going to be like in here, and we're actually, what I'm thinking is we're probably going to use a combination of like quartz and carpets and stuff, because there's going to be a village in here, so we don't ever want a village siege going on, right? A zombie siege. So we're going to want to make sure basically every block is non-spawnable. Yeah, for the most part. I mean, stuff like this I might let slide, but we'll see. I'll probably end up having some spawnable blocks just so I can make it look pretty. But yeah, floor will be about here, so we'll have our villagers trading halls in here like so. And then, you know, the breeder and the dispersal system are all going to be up in the roof. And then down here where this beacon is, actually, this is just here temporarily. Down here is going to be a system for minecart recycling to send them back up. So we'll have a little item elevator in the center to send the minecarts up. Yeah, so really, I've got like nothing done, just this wireframe. But I have put a ton of work into the design stage. So why don't we pop into creative and I'll show it to you, peeps. All right, so this is what it's going to look like when we're staring at those idiots inside our hall. And some of you would probably recognize this design. It's been modified a little bit. But this is sZpeddy's one wide tileable villager trading center / disposal center. I have modified it a little bit because I don't want to see a bunch of repeaters and redstone torches. So his would just have a torch here, and then a torch up top here where this comparator is, and then a repeater there. So I'm just kind of doctoring it a little just to hide that redstone in the back so we can have a nice finished look. And then our ceiling heights, or our standing height's going to be about here, so we'll be able to come in and trade with them. I added a light just, you know, to give the room brightness, and the way I've wired it, that light will stay on regardless of the state. So yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell for changes on like the redstone on the back end. However, there are other problems with his design that I wanted to get into, guys. So I've redesigned it a little bit. Now, he likes to run waterways and just separate with a sign over top of the fence posts, like that one. Because obviously when there's no villager here, that fence post will be open. You can see if I push this button, It drops him. He's dying in our kill chamber, and that is open so that the next villager can drop through. Sorry, buddy, you were the demo model. Sorry, dude. So, yeah, I've wired up a minecart recycler and the whole nines. The issue with his, and putting signs, is these guys tend to get stuck in the gap in between water flows. And at the time of his recording, the next guy along would push them through. Well, due to minecart changes and the fact that, mobs can push minecarts, they can resist going through when somebody else is pushing them. And in addition, remember, we recently had some hitbox fixes on the fence gates and the fences. Well, that basically broke that sign method. So they get stuck there constantly. And I don't want to be having to run up into our roof to fix that. So what I've done here is I've decided with a 7-wide trading system. You can see if we go down here that I've actually got a fence post and then 7 gates. So we're going to have 7 gates wide and then a dead spot on either end. One where the water stream begins on the left side, and then a powered rail to pick them up and move them on to the next one. So that gives us just one 8-block long water stream, which means no signs in the middle, which means no issues. It doesn't matter how many guys I have. You can see I've been testing it for a while. Whether it's one or several, they will just go up the rail, into the water, all the way to the next rail, and around and around and around they will go. So, that part is done. Then, we need a breeder. So, what we have here is Unarybit's Circle of Friends, of course, modified by myself. His uses 8 guys. I'm knocking it down to 4 because at 8, his produces 24 guys an hour. I don't want that many producing all the time. And we're also going to run it where we have the ability to send food around or not. So what'll happen is we'll inject them into a dispenser, dropper, whatever. I'm pretty sure I put a dispenser there. It by rights should be a dropper, but whatever. So it will send them around. As you can see, they'll come all the way around, go into a hopper, and go back, and they'll just keep going round and round. Now, if this was food, what would happen is these guys would start picking it up. So that'll give us the ability to slow down the farm. Whenever this runs empty, they'll run low on food after breeding for a while. So the concept here is basically they're all squished in between a fence post on top of a cobblestone wall, with cobblestone walls on the outside holding them together. And that kind of holds them up where they're close enough to breed, but the babies will fall through into a water stream. Now, he used a slab in his. I've modified it so there's no slab they can fall on and get stuck on. From there, we're just pushing them into another cell where they will grow up, and once they grow up, they'll obviously hit this water stream. They'll come down this way, and then they hit my design here. I don't think that'll fire. You know what? Let's test it. I think that needs to be redstone dust. I might be wrong. Okay, so once they grow up, you'll see them go through the water stream. They're going to pass by a tripwire. Oh, it will fire with the rail. And get dispensed a minecart, which will pick them up. They do take a little bit of damage, but I don't really care, Then they come into the system and they'll just bop round and round and round. So yeah, then we need, of course, to get the minecarts back up. So I want a double chest. We're going to have the item elevator come up into a water stream that drops them to hoppers right below that to keep it as compact as possible. The usual guy with 6 doors, 7 blocks above them. And then I'm going to squeeze a full-size beacon in up top as well. just to extend the status effects in our area. So this is basically what our recycler is going to look like. We're going to have a hopper minecart inside of a magma block and a rail system. The water streams will push towards the center here. All these will go into the water streams or directly onto this. It'll push them down there. Cart will hit the thing and knock the guys off, and they'll stand there and die, which is going to be awesome. Obviously, I'll have another magma block underneath that one as well, just to kill their faces. So this will be a magma block in the actual build. And then we've got a 3 high spacing for the cactus so that I'm not accidentally creating a cactus farm. And then obviously the hopper minecarts just feed into a bed full of hoppers that go into a dropper elevator that brings it up into our glass item elevator. That'll bring it all the way up into the top into our water stream. So obviously when we build this all here is going to be right on top of this with the item elevator in the middle. I'm not going to have a water stream on the back end by our door. We're going to have 3 bays, 1, 2, and 3, and we'll just have a rail system that goes around this to speed up the process, and that'll drop them onto the rails in the middle. Alright guys, you can see I have built my wall up. Yeah, let's grab these. I need this anyways. But just to give you an idea, like, see, the lamps are going to go there. I'm not going to put the lamps in as of yet. We'll maybe throw one in the middle for each one. Just, you know, for lighting. So you get the impression how it's going to feel. But the thing is, before we can put this in, we need our fences, like right here, right? The buttons are in to do the thing. But because we're using fence gates, we're in a position where we have to put a floor in to put them on before we can do this, right? So I figured I'd bring you in. Oh, so yeah, in terms of powering, you can see I've got levers all the way down this way to power this block, to power the powered rail, and then our detector rail obviously goes up here on that block. So this block we don't want powered because when a minecart lands on it, we want the detector rail to power this block, which will power the repeater, which will turn that torch off, turn that one on, turn that one off, turn the power off on that block, which will shut that block off, which will close our fence gate. So yeah, that's how that works. Of course, guys, as always, I'm going to link sZpeddy and Unarybit's designs, as always, in the description, like I always do. Now, I should point out, guys, in case you haven't checked them out in past, or for any of you new subs, these guys are not big YouTubers. Like, well, actually, sZpeddy's getting up there. He's got, I think, about 20,000 now. But they're not very hugely well known unless you are in the technical community. However, I feel it very important to point out you should absolutely check these guys out. They are hidden gems. Most of the work you have seen on, let's say, villagers, for example, comes from Unarybit or people upgrading Unarybit's design. And sZpeddy, well, he's the guy that came up with the Guardian farm. So these are guys you should know. These are guys you want to check out. They're guys you should know, okay? That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Is you should check these peeps out because they are awesome. So we're going to work from the far left corner here. And what we're going to do is the iron bars or the iron on the bottom indicates where we want our gates. So first one, we're actually going to put just a fence. And the reason for that is So when the minecart falls off the ice, because we're going to have ice with rails all the way around this way, it's going to fall down here. That it needs about a block gap, right? So if we were to like bring the ice right up to here, it would always skip the first one. So we want our water stream to start here, and sorry about the phone, and then carry on, and we need it to match the height. So in order to do that, we're starting with a fence post on the left of each side. And then what we're going to do from there is they're going to come off onto a rail, and the rail's going to come around like so, and then back to our fence, and then fence gates, and then ice with rails, and whoops, I messed up. We don't want to lose that. It's too precious. Now I gotta go all the way back around. Oh, that was so much work. Like 3 blocks traveled. Wow, what a waste. And then we're gonna go like this. I'm not sure if I'll leave the top all iron or not, guys. We'll see what it looks like once I'm done, you know, like actually putting all the stuff in. And then on this side, we're just gonna run the rail. And then we're going to have to do some rail trickery to get the one that comes off our farm to always go to the right. When it comes off the water, it's going to connect with that powered rail, and the water's momentum will push it up around the corner. And then it's going to drop off on the water, as you saw right over here. So we're going to want, and this is why we're not going to be able to have these here, is we're going to need our detector rails like this all the way along, but then we need them to connect up here, right? So we're going to pull a little trickery like that and get them all up like that, and then remove these and put in our lamps so they go all the way down. And then once that's done, I have to put the trapdoors in here, which are just below the button. They'll go on the lower half here, and then those will be able to get powered. Alright guys, so I've gone ahead and I've run the hoppers underneath each section. There is a hopper underneath that magma block. Now we gotta get our hopper minecarts into position. The sand is gonna go right here. So you can see this is about as compact as we can get this. It's going to be hard to even get this hitbox, guys. So these are just offset this way to allow me space to run a comparator kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Down here. Yeah. And that kind of dealio. So we've got regular pistons, non-sticky. Now that all those are broken, we can go like so. And so. And so. And if we just take this redstone here, bam. Those are all pushed into position. Now we can remove these. I'll collect all that stuff after the fact. And now we are safe to put our cactus size in. And remember, I made sure to design this at a 3 high length so that we don't have like a cactus farm going down here. We don't want it growing into stuff. Now, you will see the reason that I didn't put that center rail in is because I'm actually going to have to break this section in while I take damage. Stop it! In order to do what I want with these here. So what I want is, no, dummy, for that to go like that. And in order to get that to stay that way, we have to do it this way and then put our block back. Stop it! Lights are in, rails are in. This side was a pain in the butt, took me a bit. So now I'm just filling in the blocks, you know, so it looks good and stuff. Spare thing there, ice there, spare thing there, wrapped in stuff, ice there, all the things, all the things. Did want to point out, guys, you have to place these this way because when you hit this, they have to fold up that way or this system will not work. It won't work. So basically, I'm just kind of going like that, and then, you know, this section here is just getting filled in like that because it's not really going to be visible from up top. So yeah, that's the thing. I've even been taking this out just to conserve my stuff and things so that I'm only spending iron in visible spots. You can see I did that there and I did that over there. So yeah, basically this section up in here, I'm gonna have to create a service tunnel that goes behind that. I will do that off camera, but at the moment I'm content just to go like a so. And you can see I've left this so we can get like a dual action waterway going on here. So that's sealed up, but on this side we need it here, and we need one there, and there, and there. So that can't see that end. Then we can go ahead, close that off, and then I'll close these ends off as well off camera. But what I really wanted to do before I did that was show you guys the water streams. So we've got this guy here, right? Well, we can put a sign here and here and here like a so, and then put our waterways up in here. And actually I screwed up there. That can just be no, straight up stone. And this is gonna go right there because I actually want the water walled in like so. And then we can see it's gonna go to the sign, and then same over here. And then we'll fill that in as well, so that the only direction they can go in is towards their death. So same thing here. Fill it in like so. And then one on this side. Bam. And we're good to go. Okay, so I'm going to seal this off and finish building my dropper elevator. You've seen me do that enough times. Start hollowing out the top, and I'll bring you back a little later so this isn't 4 million hours long. BRBs. All right, guys. So, now that the bottom's all done and the sides are all done, I've gone ahead and started working on the actual villager breeding system. You can see I finished running the rails, and I've put caps over top of the water streams just to protect all the things for now. And our dispenser is set up here with where we're gonna stick all our mine carts. So I figure if I like fill up a double chest, that should be enough, because we got, you know, 21 spots for villagers, plus you want to have leeway for the canal and that kind of thing. Obviously I don't want a ton running in the canal up here, because extra unnecessary mobs will just increase lag, right? And that's kind of why I picked these, is because I was able to do like really an ultra small form factor for what it is, and we'll have the ability to stop this thing. I'm actually gonna put like a manual shut off in the ceiling. I'll show that to you guys later. But yeah, pretty simple. So, you know, this comes up and around, and I raise the block here so that when this dispense is here, it's going to collide with this going down and automatically go this way, because we want to start from the left and fill to the right, and so on. Trapdoor here is just because of the stupid villagers. their hitbox is, their big heads is just tall enough that they won't be able to fit through that until the minecart picks them up. And of course, they won't take damage from it because of, you know, the clear glass and the fact that it's trapdoor. So it's all good. So the water stream's there connected to the elevator. And you can actually see, whoops, I keep falling in that because it's clear. Oh yeah, there's a block there. I put a block there. You can actually see what I've done here is, if we go up, the next water stream that goes over this way is going to go here. So signs there, tripwires there, which will set off the system and do all the wonderful stuff. So all I really have to do is place a water stream there. But I've got to get, like, the next section set up. So the babies will get pushed. The water stream for them is going to end right here, right? That's kind of how this is going to play out. Right up in here. So we have to build up off this. And I do believe I'm going like so for that is the plan. And then out from there. So the babies will bounce from right here. But they're not going to be tall enough to hit the top until they're fully grown. And then once they grow into adults, because they're bouncing the end of a water stream, the adults' stupid big heads will get caught on the top here and dragged all the way over there. So that's how that's going to work. Did I bring? Aha! I do have it. So I actually think at this point there's no reason not to get the water stream going. All right. First idiot, come on idiot, in you go, in you go, in you go, in you go. If you're wondering why I have F3 plus B, that's so I can see the hitbox of the boat. When I bring him over here, go! Ooh, he's safe. Yeah, guys, I gotta say, I do love the boat thing. It's so much easier. I actually grabbed rails like I was gonna do an old school. Crazy, huh? I know. Okay. So I need 3 more this round because we're only going to go with 4. So I'm going to go get those and I'll be RBs. All right, we did it. We got 4 idiots. Beautiful. Come on, one of you get in the boat. Get in the boat. Perfect. Come over here. I figure it'll be... Oh, crap. Are you kidding me? Well, I can get out of there. They're too stupid, but I can get out of there. Figure it'll be easier if I... Oh, I'm going to kill you guys. I'm going to have to give them healing potions. So basically what you want to do with this is I've got 2 cobblestone walls high. And like these blocks are just temporary to help guide them in. So you want to get like each one in, or if you're following Unarybit's instructions, then you're going to do multiples type dealio, right? So yeah, you want to basically at this point, I want to block him, right? Like that spot is now blocked. And then I can go, yeah, let's get one of you up at a time. Come on, stupids. No? One of you get up. Fine. There. You guys stay put. And then, now that we got one in that corner, we can push this guy in another corner. Here, how about you go on the side next to your buddy there? The farmer and the blacksmith. Just down in there. Down. Go. 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 Or over there. That's fine too. In you go. There. See? Now we can block that one off. And there's 2 to go. So at this point, I'll let the water loose just because, you know, how much harm can they really do? There's only 2 slots left. The odds of both of them going in 1 slot are pretty slim. Although if it happens, I'll be ticked because then I'm going to have to shoot one in the face and go get another villager. Get in! Go! Get in your hole! No, just down a little farther, buddy. There you go. There you go. Good boy. See, now there's 1 spot left. We just need to get this dum-dum in. Seriously? Why are you gonna make this difficult on me? Go! Get in your hole! Get in your hole! Get in your hole. There we go. Now we got all of them in. Okay, so at this stage, this is when the magic happens. We need pistons. Now that all our idiots are in, and we're gonna come over here, and we're gonna go... Well, I can't do it when I'm standing on that block, unfortunately. We're gonna go... No! There. I don't want to lose my pistons. So we're gonna go... Is that in the center? That looks like it's in the center. We're gonna go one there, one there, one there, one there, and one there. You might see a pattern. That's correct. You do see a pattern. So, unfortunately, I didn't hollow out the ceiling, which is going to make this a little more difficult than it needs to be. I also need to get underneath that. There. And then go like so. I don't need that one in the center, because basically what we're going to do is we're going to shove these down to replace those ones. So, yeah, it's a thing. So we're going to take these out, and we're going to take our cobblestone walls out. Yeah, that's right, you idiots. Give me my walls back. Yeah, do your derpy dance. I promise I'll go get you guys a healing potion as soon as I cut the camera. I just got to show the idiots how to deal with you. Now, if I had been smart and drilled up top, which I guess we'll do. Okay, so if I'm smart and I drill up top, and whoops, and we place this redstone block in the center, you can see those have gone down one. And now we can use a temporary block like glass to push them down one more time. Hi, stupids. And they're all in there nice and snug and snug as a bug in a rug. Which is amazeballs. So, yeah, they're stuck. We're actually going to have a water channel go by them right there. But at this stage, what I'm going to do is we're going to do this again. Just to glass them in. Ta-da! And then you'll find that we can actually add the sides just fine, because their hitboxes are all pushed in the center. So now we've got villagers sealed in, all pretty. This is working out a lot more expensive than I planned. I tried like tapering it in so I'd use a little bit less iron in the decorating. Originally I was thinking I'd use like bone meal or something on the upper half of the walls and just have the iron go up like immediate villager area, and then I decided, you know what, screw it, we're doing it peeps, we're doing it. Yeah, I've gone through, I stopped counting, it was too painful. I mean, I've got a lot of iron, it's not like I can't afford to do this. I mean, in all honesty, it's not even really gonna put a dent in my well, it's putting a dent in my supply, but like for what I just want to do it, okay? Alright guys, so I'm pretty much done. I've done our service entrance back here, so nothing, you know, super Crap. I thought I had a sea lantern. I wanted to have a sea lantern. Nothing super pretty or anything. You know, it's a thing. Yeah, I wanted a sea lantern, like... right here, say? And maybe here. Yeah, right here. Yeah, right there. Just for light. Even though I've got it half slabbed, I really, really want to be extra crazy cautious with this. I mean, there's only so much you can do. So up here is our storage area. Yes, there's my one sea lantern. Or our service area. And everything's slabbed to prevent spawning. And I also brought these to go... crap! Dang it, Bobby! There is a torch there. No. Can I get it? Like so? That should prevent spawning there. So yeah, that's the thing. It's gonna flap back and forth when that, you know, does its on-off stuff and things. But I'm not too worried about that. That'll prevent spawning. So, I dropped this guy down the thing. He's stuck. Like, literally, he's stuck. You know what I mean? He can't move. So, what we need to do now is try not to make a mess. Go like that. That should do it. And we can get up here. And we can grab one of these. Bam. Okay, he's not going to be able to move now, which is what we wanted. So now we can clean this up. And you can see how I've kind of snuck the beacon as well as the area for the doors all into one spot. And a couple reasons for that. One is it keeps it all separate, and two is, well, you know, had to dig the hole anyways, so why not? So what I want in here, though, is some pistons, because you need 6 doors with skylight, right? You can see we've got that up there. You have to have 6 doors with skylight for the bug thing. We're actually going to put these in here for 2 reasons. 1, to color the beacon, and 2, should the thing blow up there, that will prevent any guys from getting down here, right? Just an extra layer of protection. So there's our 6 doors. He should now register those. I'm really nervous about you getting out somehow. Maybe we'll go like so. And go like so, and so, and... Dude, I need you to move. Can you please move? No, not that way. Okay, fine, I'll put... Brr. Seriously? Do you have any good trades anyways? Knockback 2. Curse of Binding. And Blast Protection. You deserve to be up here. That's right. You deserve to be up here. Give me another piston. If he won't cooperate with us, we'll do it the old school way. Suck it, dude. Ha! That's right. I said, suck it. You are now trapped. So, yeah. These doors should be registered because they have a roof and they have direct access to the sky, right? So 6 doors registered. It's thing. He's stuck in here. He can't go nowhere. Can I put a torch in there? There, I can put a torch in there with you. I hope you're happy now. We'll put some there too, just to keep everything extra lit up. Now, we can put a beacon down. And the beacon should not affect the doors, guys, because it counts as transparent. Okay. I always do that too quick. Now, I do want to... I'm not too sure... I don't think that'll affect the doors. No, it shouldn't, because that's 1 block. No, we should be good. There is a chance I'll have to take these off. If I do, it'll suck. But when I want to manually disable this, one thing we can do is this, because by closing off those 2, that denies those doors, those 4 doors, sky access, which will completely disable this village, which means no breeding, right? So that's pretty much it. I mean, it doesn't need to be fancy up here. It needs to be just this. Just this. These are a precaution. I mean, it's light enough up here, so I'm not too worried about it. But, you know, villager sieges can technically happen in any light level. And then we now have the avenue to come in here and throw these bad boys in. Wait, what? That doesn't make sense, peeps. That shouldn't make a difference. Oh, because of this block. Yes, it does. Okay. So never fill it 9 full. We know that now. Okay, so that should get these guys feeding. We can't really see them here, but I'll show you from downstairs after I replace all. Well, I guess I'll keep you with me. It's a long episode. Nothing can be done. It is what it is. But that keeps that closed off. We may now... Oh, I had to light this up. I was getting spawns in here. I have no idea why. They were spawning where the doors are, which is not supposed to be a thing. But it was. So let's go check that out and see what's going on. We should be able to see it all from down here. And then you guys can see what I did. So I just put like one of these doors. We'll do a 3x3, except we can't have an open center because zomberts could get in. So I'm going to have to come up with a new design for a double piston 3x3, which will be amazing. Yeah, we can see the food going around. So I just need to watch now, see if they get hearts, see if any breeding occurs, and if not, then I know I have to go upstairs and move those slabs. Alright guys, so I AFK'd for a little bit, just quick half hour, watched a little TV, and before I went, I filled that thing like 2 more times, and you can see how the potatoes are still going around, because every time they go in that hopper and through that dropper, it resets their despawn timer, right? That's why I designed that way, so I can put some food in, and if they're not ready to take it yet, it'll just keep cycling around and keep them in like ultra fast breed mode. So we got 2 guys up there, and we got a few down here. We got a Fletcher. We'll probably keep him. A cleric. I don't know if we'll keep him for now. So I noticed they were skipping this first one here. So I went up and I removed the powered rail that was in this corner and just put a regular rail. We'll see if that fixes it. If not, I might, I don't know, have to remove the ice underneath and just put, say, like a regular block like this or something. I didn't have that issue in creative, so it's kind of funny. But we got a couple leather workers here. I guess we'll keep the Fletcher for now, but, you know, this guy's a little on the expensive side. Oh, and I put these here so they're not spawnable. Only thing is, when we push this now, it's going to flip up, but that's cool. I'm cool with that. Now, we should see it recycle our minecart in a minute. There we go. Up it goes. Back into the system. We can hear him dying, which is beautiful. Now, I know some people say... What? Oh, it was those guys. I know some people say, oh, if you kill them nearby, it's going to lower your popularity. But trading with them raises it, so it doesn't really matter to me. So, yeah, guys, I'm pretty happy with it. I was hoping one of these guys would grow up while I was on camera, so I could show you him dropping into the system here and the minecart picking him up and him going on his merry way. But doesn't look like that's happening, and, you know, this video's long enough as is. Everything's working just fabulously. We even got the bonus of another beacon, so we're now getting effects back in this corner. We're gonna have to decorate this section up. Might do that in the next video. We still have a couple small farms we need, so we might just pretty this up with some stairs and play with the ceiling a little bit and put our cocoa bean farm in here just for looks. And then I wouldn't mind replacing this with a proper 3x3 door. So yeah, that's on the agenda. Also, guys, I'm gonna try and get out a few tutorials very soon, like hopefully this week, if not next week for sure, because we're definitely overdue on some. So anyways, guys, smash that like if you enjoyed the episode to help others like yourself who might enjoy the content find the channel. And if you're new and you haven't already, hit that subscribe for more videos, peoples. We do awesome stuff like this all the time. As always. Oh, wait. There he goes. There he goes. There he goes. There he goes. Oh, we can see him go around. Okay, so it did look like he went through that first one there. They always skip and go to the next one. So the next one should drop down there. So it looks like maybe removing that thing fixed it. We're staring at my butt. Butt dance. Yeah. Yeah, looks like it fixed it. So, as always, thanks for watching. Bye.